Good afternoon, gardening friends. Finally, this week I have a bit of news, some bad and some really good. Let's start with the bad. Many of the small pots that I had in the garden were not doing well, and I thought a lot of that had to do with the watering. But I'm starting to think it's partly sun and some other things going on. Ultimately, only 3 of the 10 that I had in there were surviving, so I've moved them to another location. The plan is to replant the 7 that weren't surviving, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to tell you about some other things. Okay, folks, that took me about 3 hours, but there's a little bit more to it. Well, what I've done now is replanted 7 of the 10. They're all kind of lined up nice and neatly now. I added one more plant to the mix, which is zinnia, and the reason for all the extra work, if you actually look up a little bit, and let me see if I can tilt you up, you'll see a wine bottle in the window. Well, that was the experiment from last week, and as it turned out, it was a raging success. What I did was I filled a wine bottle with soil almost all the way to where you see it now, and I dropped some seeds in, put a little bit more soil on top, and added some water. And I was just curious to see, could I get a plant to grow and then come out the top and have a nice little flower, and it'd be kind of like a vase that you could put on a table or something. Well, 24 hours later I had sprouts, and that was absolutely wonderful. Let me zoom in and show you a little closer. Okay, so I'll grant you that the window could be a bit cleaner, and maybe I'll attack that sometime soon. But 24 hours later I had sprouts, and I don't know how well you can see it, but I'm going to go ahead and show you some pictures so you can get a better idea where it is today. And now I can show you how I actually put these together step by step, and when I come back I'll have a little surprise for you. So how do I do this? How do I fill a bottle with soil and seeds? Well, the simple answer is a funnel, like that. I just went down to the dollar store and got a cheap one. You can stick it right in the top, like so. And I know that's a little out of frame, but then you can just pour the soil in. Now I would pour the soil in while it's dry mixed. If it's moist, it's going to clog up in the funnel a lot more than when it's dry. Even when it's dry, it's still going to clog on you every so often. Then you have to just kind of shake everything, and that'll eventually get it in. So the objective here is going to be to fill it up until it gets to almost to the top of the straight part, probably somewhere right around here. Okay, now I've got it filled up to just about where I want, and left a little bit of room so I can drop a couple of seeds in there. And then I'm going to put a little bit more soil, and that'll be, well, and then I give it a little water, and it's done. Okay, now, so I'm going to attempt to give you a view of the seeds falling down. I got the funnel in there, I've got a few seeds in my hand. What I'm going to try to do is drop them kind of against the side of the funnel, so they'll spin on their way down, and that'll help sort of distribute them. I doubt they're going to land right in the center no matter how hard I try. But I've got 3 seeds in my hand right now. Last time when I planted the last one, I said, well, I'll put like 4 or 5 seeds in there just in case only one of them germinates, and it looks like 4 out of the 5 actually germinated. So I'm reducing it a little bit. Let's see what happens. I hope this comes out. That's 1, 2, 3. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to put a little more soil, a little more water, or a little bit of water in there, and then I'll put it in the window. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to attempt to get a shot of the inside of the bottle. And if you look carefully, you might be able to see the seed right down there, almost in the middle. So that's what it looks like, and that's one thing I can actually do with the tiny little lens on my camera. So I figured if one can be a success, and I'm building a second, and I have a few more bottles lying around, And trust me, it's not like I drank all those in the last couple of days. But and some of it came from my parents when we had big family get-togethers. We all enjoy a little bit of wine. So hopefully it doesn't look too redneck. But and I do come from the South, so I think I can say that. But I figured if one or two is going to work, why not just fill the rest of the bottles? Plus, I had all the extra soil from rebuilding the pots I have down below. So I'm hoping that these will pop up quickly enough that it doesn't look like some horrible thing where I'm just storing all my empty wine bottles in the window. But anyway, that's the experiment. That was the success. And I gotta say, as a gardener, if you're just getting started and you don't have a lot of experience and things aren't working, don't give up. Try experiments. Don't spend a lot of money. Just try something different. See if it works. Every garden is different. Every gardener is different. And there's different things that we can do, different things we can try. So just keep trying. And with that, I'm going to wrap up this episode. This is the Budget Gardener signing off, saying, may your thumb be green.